Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another daily market report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Thursday, December 20th, and wow, we already are closing upon Christmas. So we got a lot of economic news for this to go over today. So we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to start with the weekly jobless claims. That's reported every Thursday. These are basically numbers that people are showing applying for unemployment. So last week we had 343,000 people applying for unemployment. The forecast for this week was up to 360 and just right about forecast 361. So a little higher than the previous week, but still came in basically where the forecast came. Then we got the GDP revision. This is obviously a big number we're kind of waiting for this week. This is the final revision for the Q3. They usually give three versions. So basically in October we'll get the initial reading, and then November we'll get a reading, and then we'll get the final revision in December for Q3, and then we'll get Q4s, starting in January. So the November they came out with 2.7%. They figured it was going to forecast it was going to be a little bit higher than they initially did in November, and it jumped up to 3.1. So this is a pretty high reading. This is the highest we've seen in a while here. So this is actually a good news here, where the GDP came in. So we'll have to kind of wait to see how Q4 fares. As we've been kind of saying, it wasn't looking. I don't think they're going to feel too optimistic about Q4, but Q3 was a good reading for us here. So let's take it into existing home sales for the month of November. So back in October, we had a 4.76 million homes, existing homes, and then we figured that up, increased to 4.9, and it jumped up to 5.04. So home sales are showing improvement. Again, up to 5 million now for the month of November. And then we got the leading indicators. These are some indicators that kind of show us indexes, a group of various indexes that kind of help us project what the future, where things are going to be moving later on. And we had a 0.3% reading, so it's a nice little growth there in the month of October. And forecast was going to come as a negative, some contraction, and that's where it came in. So came in right at forecast. So not so good news there. And then we got the Philly Fed Index. This is the manufacturing, what's going on in the Philadelphia region. We had some contraction in the month of November at negative 0.7. We figured there will be some continued contraction in the month of December at negative 0.4, and it jumped up to 8.1. So this is a pretty big jump from one way to the other way, and from negative contraction to a nice positive right there. So we had some nice reads from the Philadelphia region manufacturing side. This is first time we've seen this in a while. So this is actually some pretty good news here. And we got FHFA home price index. So this is the home prices, that the FHFA, say that one fast, huh? Comes in. So we had a month of September, it was basically just stagnant at 0. And for the month of October, it jumped up to 0.5%. So we had a nice improvement for the month of October. So home prices year over year showed some improvement of about 0.5%. So let's jump over to the headline news, see what we got. So we had the stock market's down currently. Why is that? Especially when we had some good GDP numbers. The Philadelphia was doing really well. So only negative really was the leading indicator, and then the jobless claims kind of jumped up a little bit. So why is it down? What do you think? The fiscal cliff. So basically, looks like the Republicans are going to the Plan B right now. There still doesn't look like there's any agreement on the horizon as of yet, from what's being said on both sides. So right now, basically, Bonner's trying to go pass through Plan B through the House, which basically President Obama had mentioned he's going to go ahead and veto anyway. So it might be pointless, but we'll have to wait and see how it comes about. But basically, parts of the what they're trying to pass through is tax above $1 million, of the $1 million range. Keep the estate tax in place at 15 and capital gains at 15%. So those are a couple items that are on that board that would be coming through there. So that's basically what it comes down to. We had some decent news there, and basically because of fiscal cliff, the concerns of that maybe not being agreement anytime soon. That's kind of stalemating. So we had, even though we had some pretty good gains this past week on stocks. So now we'll jump over, see how this is affecting the bond market. So as we saw, we're showing some improvement here. Yes, we had a nice improvement. We hit the ceiling here when we pulled back. Today we're challenging the ceiling again, see if we can break through. Something I noticed also is, and I've noticed in the past is anytime you get too far up, we always seem to get pulled down if we get too far up from some of these lines here. Like here, we got the 100-day moving average. Look how far we got up, and we came right back down to where the 100-day moving average is. And then we get pulled away from the 10-day moving average. So now we're kind of even though 10 days moving down now, we're pulling ourselves back up closer to the 10-day moving average as well. So kind of interesting to see how those how they kind of work. Some of these moving averages where we're at. So, but right now we're showing some improvement in the interest rates compared to where we've been. So we're almost back towards the beginning of the day of today's Thursday, so Monday. So basically, we're close to where we were on Monday in the very beginning of the day. All right, folks. Thanks for stopping. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We do got a bunch of news coming in tomorrow as well. So stay tuned. Have a great day.